Hello my friends, this is Heavy Arms Kai, back with another episode of Kerbal Space Program. Last time we attempted to rescue Hendius Kerman and it did not go so well, so this episode I'm going to gather a bit more science and see about making him a few new items to help him survive on the moon. We also may want to make him a survival type thing, so I'll probably do that as well after trying to collect as much science as possible. So with that said, let's get right to it and start building. Now I can tell you right now, it's not pretty, but it will get the job done. I have double of all the science thingamabobs on this craft, as well as a crap ton of fuel. So hopefully this will get us all the science we require for all the unlocks. Several of the unlocks I need about 300 science to get, so with all these science containers, as long as we manage to land in a couple different places on Minmus, we should have more than enough to be able to unlock all the tech points that I need. So I'm not going to bore you with this boring launch and the rendezvous and all that stuff. We've already seen that 100 times and probably done it ourselves, so I'm going to go ahead and skip that and show you pretty much the end result of this mission. So here we are, we're on approach to our landing area. It was pretty standard, you know, just fly up to Minmus and do your whole orbital thing and all that stuff. I know this spacecraft looks ugly, but it was more for the utility purposes than anything. I just wanted to, like I said, collect as much science as possible. I also stuck that big extra fuel tank and engine on the bottom just so that I could do a quick hop to the North Pole of Minmus and collect more science data up there as well. I did make an attempt to make a, I guess, specialty, and I say that while I'm doing quotations with my fingers, type of lander that I had like all sorts of stuff on, struts on the side and everything, but the struts basically made it blow up because they were interfering with the containers that I put all my science equipment inside. But right here we just have Jeb doing his walk and everything, and I wasn't sure what landing this was, so I put the Minmus Landing 4 on there, and I ended up finding out that I actually had two Minmus Landing 1s, which I just checked right there, and so at least I was good as far as like which landing this was. I'll have to rename that other flag sometime soon. I believe I can do that in the tracking center. But here I'm just basically going to the North Pole and going ahead and doing the same thing as I did on Minmus Landing 4. And usually, as long as you land at equal points around the equator, you can get most of the different biomes, and then just do your North and South Poles and collect whatever science is remaining there. And again, I put way too much fuel on this thing. Like, I always overdo fuel, but I think that's just because of the motto I was taught when I was learning how to be an aircraft metals tech. They basically taught us it's better to have too much than not enough, because you're going to be hurting if you have not enough and you waste a crap ton of material. But again, just coming in for the landing here, it's pretty standard, you know, all the normal collect science, do this, do that, and then get home. So I'll show you what happened when we came home. Alright, boys and girls, now this is something not to do. When you are coming in for a landing, try not to make it this steep. This is kind of ridiculous. If you are smart enough and plan ahead, you can probably put enough engines on your spacecraft to give it a soft landing. But if you don't, you're definitely going to have to worry about re-entry heat. Like, I'm trying my best to slow down right now, and I do have quite a bit of fuel, but it just wasn't enough, and you'll see why. Give it a minute. And I'm out of fuel. But I thought to myself, okay, this is fine, no big deal. I've got all these parachutes. I mean, I'm gonna be good to go. And like always, it's good to check your chutes now before you deploy them, because sometimes they're not safe to deploy, and it will tell you exactly when it's good to go. And because I was at such a steep angle, you can see the massive amount of re-entry heat. And that's where the problem happened. It deployed all my chutes and broke them all. So at this point, I'm just in a free fall to my death. And there's nothing I could do. Like, I do know that when you turn a... yeah, see, right there I'm checking my chutes, and I don't know what the hell to do. Everything's red, everything's... oh my god, I'm going to die. So I just wasted an entire flight trying to gather more science. Yet again, I can't believe that all that small amount of re-entry heat just killed me. And I thought, okay, maybe I can revert flight, and nope, that's not going to work either, because I've already landed and taken back off again and all that good stuff. And for a little while there, I thought, okay, you can use some of the parts as lifting bodies and get a little bit of aerodynamic lift out of them. So I tried turning it sideways to see if it would help me slow down, at least enough to save the command pod. But it did not. So I kind of killed Jeb Kerman, unfortunately. I really didn't want to, and that was a waste of a mission. But, oh well. So, yeah. Again, I'm going to change focus here, and we are going to make a survival pod for Heimdall Kerman. And here we have it. Give me a second. I will get it in the light for you. Yeah, here we go. This is the survival starter, like, land station thing. I put a Kukla module on the top of it, thinking, why not? It's good for a space and ground station. And it is unmanned. That's why I've got that little probe core on the top of it to at least be able to control this thing. I'd originally planned to deploy that little probe thing around the moon, but it doesn't really have enough fuel for that. And like, it was mainly just a disposable item anyways. I was just going to get rid of it. So we'll time warp up to the moon. I gotta love that music too. Much better than when I fast forward and I have nothing. Yeah, this was mainly just I feel bad for Heimdall, so let's just make him our permanent moon guy, since he knows what he's doing and he's had so much experience on the moon that he can fly around with his jetpack now with no problem. Alright. I should be starting my burn here in a little bit, but again, I'm going to fast forward a little bit and at least get on the ground. Oh yeah, and here's one thing I did want to show you before we at least land. You know I love the robotics parts, so I put robotics parts on this one as well. And basically I wanted the lander legs to be adjustable so that we could move this thing up and down and change all the legs out if we needed to and be able to do whatever we need. So those legs are all, they basically just fold down for a cool landing platform, and they're also on, what are they, the slide adjust rails, so that if I have to, I can raise up the whole unit and stick something underneath it. When we get the parts, I'll probably make a rover or something like that and be able to stick it underneath. But, alright, let's fast forward again. Yay, and the Eagle has landed. Just need to check and make sure everything's okay. I don't know why, but for some reason the lights on the sides are way brighter than the lights I had on the top. And I know the round lights are brighter anyways, but I really expected those top rectangle lights to be brighter than they were. It could just be that I have them angled up too much, and that's why they're not illuminating everything. But I turned off all the lights just to see what was going on. And of course, it's just way too dark to see anything. So I think what we're going to do is we are going to time warp a little bit and get this thing in the sunlight. So give me a moment, speed it up. And it's a good thing that this moon rotates a lot faster, because like I know Earth's moon is tidally locked, and I don't know if it reacts the same way as the Kerbal moon. It probably does, but I'm going to move Heimdall in a little bit closer so that he doesn't have to use as many resources to get into this station thing. I could actually, once I take the, the robotic little probe thing I made off the top, I could go ahead and turn this one upside down and try and stick it on the top. Although that could turn out disastrous because I don't have any RCS. Well, no, wait. Actually, I do have RCS on this. I'd probably use that to slow my descent, but I don't know if I'd be able to get it off because these engines are just pointing down. I probably could. I just don't want to chance it, though. I'd destroy Heimdall's survival shelter. And come on, Heimdall. Let's get over to your new helm. Tell he's excited. He now actually has a toilet. He doesn't have to store his poop anymore. Even the music seems happy for him. I mean, look at that. All this space. That's wonderful. Now, this was a mistake I made. I did not check to see if this thing was good to go before I unlinked it. And I also forgot to turn off time warp and was like, okay, why can't I do anything? I can't extend solar panels, I can't... Oh, wait, there's no fuel in the thing. That's why. I even forgot to put RCS on this, just in case I wanted to dock it. So, it takes me a second, but I think, I realized that the time warp is on, and I just flipped this thing off and almost clipped those solar panels for Heimdall's new survival shelter. So here I finally understand what I did wrong, and yay, I can extend solar panels, but I could not do much else because this thing would not link back up, so I couldn't get it fuel from the fuel stores on Heimdall's survival area. Yeah, it was very frustrating. And I had no clue what I was going to do in order to get this thing off. So yeah, it was kind of scary, but look at this, like a pro. That was awesome. I managed to survive, but I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do with it. It's probably something I'm going to have to make a special rover to dispose of or refuel. But anyways, with that, I know it was a short video, guys, but I didn't have too much this week to actually show you. I have been working on other stuff, though, and I apologize, but work is keeping me 12 hours a day, so I don't have quite as much time to get content out. But I will get as much as I can, and if you enjoy Kerbal Space Program, let me know, and I'll work on this a little bit more. But till then, you guys have a good one. Thanks for watching. Leave a thumbs up. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.